All right, thank you for business today, and we are back, and we are now having the conversation on data safety in banks and also how we can incorporate or adopt AI and also machine learning in order for the bank systems to operate in an efficient manner. And joining us is Ms. Catherine Thuo, who is a Chief Digital and Information Officer at Credit Bank PLC. Thank you so much for joining us on Business Today.
Thank you, Calvin.
All right, so every industry is moving into the digital side. Every industry is trying to incorporate the new innovations in technology in order to at least make work easier and also for them to at least even be relevant in the market. So how is consumer data important, or how is consumer data important, especially when it comes to banks? Yes.
Thank you, Kevin. And you know, consumer data is really you and I out there in the market. It's really the person who is consuming any form of product. And in the context of financial services, then the big question is, how can I be relevant when I'm offering my product as a financial institution? And as much as there's a lot of fear around data and what you can share, the financial institutions they have turned around the coin to say, how can I create value to you as the consumer? How can I create products that will be relevant to you by coming up with products that are very, very personalized and where they go ahead to leverage on market data? And I will give an example. You could be looking for a phone out there. And probably you're looking for the best discounts in town. Again, you're looking for a financial partner. So as a financial institution, I will look at, yes, you're looking for a phone, but then I will use data analytics, I will use machine learning and provide you with the best products out there based on the merchandisers who are selling their produces. Okay. And I will extend a discount based on the best discounts that are out there in the market. And on top of that, I give you a product that will enable you to purchase your dream phone at that particular point. Okay. And that is real value for a user.
All right. Very well explained. And now let's look at the challenge that comes with this. Challenge that comes with getting data. Of course, banks really have very many customers. Very many people interact with banks. So the challenge that usually comes with getting this data and making it secure, making it make sense for now future use. What are some of the challenges that usually come with this, and how can banks seal these gaps that are there?
Yes, there's a lot of data that is out there, and the big question is, how can you get quality data? The data that we collect most of the time, it will be probably based on your demographics, based on, and that is your age, or, you know, but there's additional information out there in the market that will enable a financial institution to make a decision. Yes. About engaging you on a certain financial product. And what the financial institution are doing is, especially in making lending decisions or product positioning, then they're able to leverage on big data and the data that is out there in the market by getting data from, for example, your social media, and based on that, they can be able to make and analyze that data using data analytics, and there are several tools that are out there that banks are embracing at the moment, and using those tools, then they're able to make an informed decision as to whether to engage you on a particular product, to extend to you a lending product, to extend to you probably a payment solution. So using the data that is out there in the market, then financial institutions are able to make a decision and make very smart decisions regarding how they will engage you and what kind of products they can extend to you.
All right. And even before we move to look at how AI now comes into financial inclusion, let's also see how an institution, a financial institution, can secure itself from breaches. Because here you are collecting data from all over the place, and the way you've mentioned, it's a lot of data, and it's and how do you make sure that at least at the end of the day this data is secure and it's not being used for other different activities?
I think I can mention that I think most of the banks are embracing very robust technologies to secure the customer data. And this comes from first the way the data is received, whether probably you're coming to a branch and you're filling in a form somewhere, and where the data is keyed in. There's a very robust security infrastructure that ensures that the data, as it's moving from wherever you are, whether you're transmitting it using a mobile phone to the bank's infrastructure, in transmission, and even as the data is getting stored within the bank's premises, then again, there's very secure, or rather very robust tools and technologies that are in place to make sure that the data is very well secure as it's moving and as it's sitting in the bank's infrastructure.
Okay. All right. So let's look at AI and machine learning and how they can be used to drive financial inclusion. How do we use this? Because these are new things. Of course, AI, people usually talk about them, but now involving them or incorporating them into the banking system.
First, I think the question of financial inclusion, I think it's a very interesting topic. And probably just to mention a bit, in Africa, statistics show that about 50% of adults in Africa are not banked.
Okay.
And then going ahead to look at the context in Kenya, we are looking at an adult population of about 22 million, if we're to say that half the population of Kenya are adults. Then digging deeper is to looking at, again, statistics from CBK as soon as February this year. The number of mobile wallets that are out there is about 77 million. That should tell you something. It means Kenyans are using, and the adult population is using multiple wallets.
Okay.
They are using multiple wallets. And that is to say that they are ready to embrace forms of technology that extend financial solutions to them. And that provides a great opportunity for banks and financial institutions to where, based on the current behavior of the customer or the consumer, the citizen out there who is ready to consume technology, then what else can we extend beyond the send money or going to an agent to withdraw money, that is the cash in and cash out? What other financial products can be extended to the market that is ready to consume financial products on the mobile gadget? And I think the challenge, and I think most of the institutions are taking it, is to look at their payment solutions that we need to extend. Do we need to extend saving products? Do we need to extend investment solutions that support the financial, in financial management? So the challenge is out there, and I think as banks, we are looking at how then do we extend financial products beyond your cash in and cash out and your peer-to-peer money transfer.
Okay, so you've spoken about the products.
Yeah.
And of course, let me bring in the aspect of the data and how it can help banks know about the behavior of their customers and now create products that are really, really speaking to the behavior of the customer, so that wherever the customer is, they feel like, okay, this bank is thinking about me, and I can continue banking with this bank.
Yeah, so I think I can tell you for a fact the era of demographics and your age to determine what product you need, I think it's quickly coming to an end, and we're moving to psychographics.
Okay.
And psychographics is where I can look at the other data that tells me about you and profiles you as an individual, and I'm able to tell that your preferences are more inclined towards, for example, a saving product. Or your inclination is more at this particular point, probably you're looking at a holiday, and I will give you a product that can be able to support your immediate aspiration. Maybe I can probably just share a bit of a certain user journey that I think would resonate with most of us. So you're out there and you're looking to own a home, and I think everyone is looking to own a home at some point. Yes. But of course, if you're a first-time homeowner, then there needs to be a certain, there needs to be someone who can be able to support you through that journey. And we're looking at maybe you need to save a bit. So you put out your aspirations out there. Then as your financial partner, I would be able to tell you, for you to be able to get this kind of a home, you need to have this kind of saving plan. And I will walk with you through that journey as you're making your savings. And when you get to the point, then you're ready to take some form of a mortgage for you to own your home, then again, your financial partner is there, who is the financial institution who is supporting you. Yes. Again, they move with you to give you a mortgage, and you're able to get your first home. And that becomes a reality, and it's a real journey, it's a real life moment that your financial institution works with you based on data that is that is analyzed, and it's customized to your specific needs at that particular point.
Okay, all right. So in following, of course, with the way you've said, the bank is working with you and they are now taking every step in order to make sure that you are catered for. Let us look at this data analytics and also AI and how they can be used rather as a tool for risk management, because they, of course, they are both, they can be used both ways. Someone might use AI in order for them to breach data, and also you can also use the AI and data analytics that you have in order for you to just create a risk management kind of platform. So how can we do this?
Maybe I can first explain the current situation when it comes to risk management.
Yes.
Risk management at the individual level and also at an institution level. Risk management, we're looking at first, can I be able to extend a certain facility to you? Because I think most of the time when you're coming to a bank, whether it's extending a facility or even engaging you to start with, I need to know the kind of, can I trust you? I think banks operate from trust. Can I trust you? And that is why the first thing you do when you get to a bank is to fill up a form stating who you are, what is your background. And I think back in the day, they would even ask for a referral. You need to get a referral. Yes. But as for now, I think there are tools that are out there that will, based on data analytics and, big data, then I would be able to profile you before you even walk into the banking hall, and I can be able to tell this kind of person, I think we can engage them. And I think as the industry is expanding and the need for us to probably leverage on data that is beyond what you as an institution have, then it's possible for financial institutions to be able to determine whether they can be able to engage certain kinds of people depending on their risk profile. The same thing applies when it comes to cybersecurity, because when it comes to cybersecurity, again, it's to be able to identify patterns that point to a certain individual being a perpetrator of fraud. And leveraging on data, again, financial institutions are able to determine, based on this and that interaction, then probably you're a candidate for fraud and probably should not be extended to certain kinds of products.
All right. Catherine, our time is up. Now, your final sentiments when it comes to data safety in banks going forward. What do you think banks need to do, even as we wrap up?
I think first, data is really the new oil when it comes to driving, whether it's financial inclusion or product customization, and even in future customer engagements. Banks have to be very, very clear in their strategy around how they secure that data and leverage on the emerging technologies in either analytics or even when it comes to how the data is being secured within the organization. The tools that we have at the moment allow for advanced analytics to where you would be able to first secure the data and determine if there's a potential fraud or a potential there's a potential fraud, or where in cases where certain perpetrators out there are attempting to access the data assets of an organization. So I think the technologies are ripe out there to be leveraged on, and I think even most of the organizations are using credit scoring engines to determine and make their lending decisions. And I think as Credit Bank, we are using such tools to make sure that when we are engaging with our customers out there, then we make informed decisions and decisions that will lead to meaningful engagements with our customers.
All right, thank you so much, Catherine, for joining us.
Yeah.
That is Catherine talking to us about data safety in banks and how you as an individual can also make sure that the data that you're sharing with banks is safe now going forward. All right, my name is Kelvin Yakuni. We've come to the end of this particular edition of Business Today. Stick around. Be Your KTN is coming up next.